Europe thinks America's brain drain crisis is their golden ticket to AI supremacy, but they're about to learn a harsh lesson about wishful thinking. Recent upheavals in U.S. policy, covering immigration restrictions, trade tensions, educational funding cuts, and reduced public research spending, have sent shockwaves through global research communities. What was once the ultimate destination for brilliant minds worldwide, the American innovation machine, suddenly appears vulnerable, potentially losing its magnetic pull on the world's most exceptional scholars and researchers. This apparent crack in America's armor has ignited a fascinating question that's splitting policy experts. Can the European Union capitalize on this moment of American uncertainty to lure away disillusioned researchers and finally build the world-class innovation ecosystem it's always dreamed of? The window of opportunity facing Brussels is genuinely significant, and the implications couldn't be higher. After all, the EU continues to lag embarrassingly behind the United States across virtually every breakthrough technology sector, with artificial intelligence representing perhaps the most glaring gap. But here's where it gets controversial. A comprehensive analysis from the BCG Henderson Institute reveals that while tightened immigration policies and dramatic academic research funding reductions in America do create possibilities for top AI researchers to relocate, the vast majority of these elite minds aren't European to begin with. This means that simply welcoming back European academics working in the U.S. won't be nearly enough. To transform itself into a genuine technology talent magnet, Europe must construct an academic ecosystem that's seamlessly integrated with its industrial sectors. This integration is absolutely critical for creating the career advancement opportunities and knowledge transfer pathways necessary to convert academic breakthroughs and innovations into real business value. The financial commitment required for this transformation will be staggering, as extensively outlined in reports like the influential Draghi competitiveness analysis. Only through such comprehensive investment can the EU ensure that its academic spending generates lasting economic and geopolitical advantages for the entire bloc. Here's the part most people miss. The opportunity for Europe is being dramatically overstated by optimistic policymakers. The European Union recently unveiled a €500 million funding commitment spread over 2 years, specifically designed to attract international researchers. Individual member nations have launched their own ambitious programs, including France's substantial €100 million investment in its Choose France for Science initiative, targeting global research talent, alongside Spain's €45 million pledge, aimed at attracting scientists who feel despised or undervalued by the Trump administration. However, if these substantial investments focus exclusively on bringing European AI talent back from the United States, they're destined to fall dramatically short of their goals. Here's the uncomfortable reality. America currently hosts approximately 60% of the world's top 2,000 AI researchers, but only 1/5 of these exceptional individuals originally come from continental Europe. Even if Europe managed to orchestrate a talent exodus of truly historic proportions, this would only address half of the current research talent gap between the EU and United States. And this is the part that should alarm European leaders. At premier generative AI laboratories like OpenAI and Anthropic, less than 1% of the 25% of employees who completed their undergraduate education outside America actually earned their bachelor's degrees within the European Union. The future talent pipeline tells an equally concerning story. In 2023, the top 10 source countries for foreign-born PhD recipients in computer science and mathematics studying in the U.S. represented 80% of all international graduates in these fields. Shockingly, not a single one of these countries is located in continental Europe. The American AI research ecosystem draws its strength overwhelmingly from Asian talent, not European expertise. A stunning 85% of U.S.-based foreign nationals working in technical AI positions at leading American research facilities come from either China or India. These same two countries account for 60% of all computer science and mathematics PhD graduates in America, with Iran, Bangladesh, and Taiwan contributing most of the remainder. If the European Union seriously intends to become a vibrant global hub for AI research talent, it must pivot its attention eastward toward Asia. But here's where it gets even more controversial. Current and prospective AI researchers simply don't view Europe as a premier destination. BCG's comprehensive talent tracker research demonstrates that Germany performs best among European nations, ranking 5th globally as a dream destination for highly skilled professionals, followed by France in 9th place, Spain in 10th, and the Netherlands in 16th position. The EU isn't just less attractive than the United States, ranked 2nd, but also trails Canada, 3rd, the United Kingdom, 4th, and Australia, 1st. Performing roughly equivalent to the United Arab Emirates, 11th. European countries certainly aren't the only nations aggressively working to strengthen their domestic talent pools. A significant part of this challenge stems from the absence of large European academic institutions with robust AI credentials compared to other global regions. According to Google Scholar's H5 Journal Impact Index, none of the world's top 50 AI institutions are located within the European Union. A strong institutional foundation for leading AI laboratories is absolutely essential for creating the work environment capable of attracting the world's most brilliant minds. The EU must invest heavily in upgrading its universities to improve their global standing, but it must also look far beyond academia to enhance its entire innovation ecosystem. Nearly 1/3 of non-American AI specialists choose the United States specifically because of its extensive career growth opportunities, including entrepreneurial ventures, according to a BHI survey of top technology talent recruiters. The need for a coordinated strategy spanning academia and industry has never been more urgent. To begin this transformation, European countries must dramatically improve academic compensation in critical AI-related fields and technology sectors broadly. In Europe, even when adjusted for purchasing power parity, associate professor salaries are approximately half of those paid at top American institutions. Europe also needs to substantially increase research grant availability. Public research funding for computer science and informatics at leading American AI institutions is double what's available in Europe. Europe might receive an unexpected boost, however, if the United States follows through with proposed budget cuts to the National Science Foundation. Innovation incentives matter tremendously, as history clearly demonstrates. During the 2000s, several European countries reformed their academic patenting laws to mirror the U.S. model, where American universities retain patent rights and share commercialization profits with professors. Unfortunately, these reforms weren't properly adapted to the European context and resulted in significant decreases in academic patenting, ranging from 17% to 50%, depending on the specific country. Moreover, only about 1/3 of patented inventions from EU universities and research institutions ever get commercialized, largely due to their weak integration into innovation clusters that drive successful commercialization. Even the best EU innovation clusters fall outside the global top 10 rankings, with the United States claiming 4 spots and China securing 3 positions. To change this disappointing reality, European policymakers must help build much stronger connections between academia and industry to ensure that foundational research effectively drives economic value creation. This includes dramatically strengthening the startup and innovation ecosystem surrounding universities themselves. The ultimate goal of attracting top AI researchers isn't simply to catch up with competitors, but to leapfrog ahead and produce the next intellectual property breakthrough, which will only increase in importance as more AI models become commoditized. Developing the next revolutionary innovation, however, requires an investment environment capable of supporting ambitious bets on potential breakthroughs emerging from academic research. Countries like Canada and the United Kingdom serve as cautionary examples of AI research hotspots. that have frequently struggled to translate academic breakthroughs into commercial successes, a transition successfully accomplished by large U.S. technology companies. Many standard items on the European reform agenda will also strengthen the AI talent and innovation ecosystem. As the 2024 Draghi report on European competitiveness highlighted, integrating EU capital markets is vital, as is removing internal trade barriers that hamper early-stage startups' growth potential. Between 2019 and 2024, AI venture capital investment in the EU represented just 1/10 of that in the United States. It's hardly surprising that nearly 1/3 of European unicorns founded between 2008 and 2021 eventually relocated elsewhere, usually to America. Crucially, the reform agenda must also include powerful incentives for AI adoption. Currently, EU companies lag their U.S. counterparts in generative AI adoption by between 45% and 70%. Closing this substantial gap will simultaneously help fuel European demand for specialized AI talent and create the economic opportunities beyond academia that are critical for attracting the world's most exceptional minds. Overconfidence could derail the EU's ambitions entirely. The European Union is absolutely correct to want to attract researchers into its academic institutions that have historically advanced the AI frontier. This ambitious goal will require completely revamping the academic ecosystem and more systematically converting academic breakthroughs into long-term economic and strategic leadership. But it would be a catastrophic mistake for European policymakers to assume that America's declining attractiveness will automatically result in a talent windfall, based on their assumption that Europe represents the inevitable second-choice option. This will only prove true if the region acts decisively to build its own integrated AI ecosystem, capable of attracting the brightest minds from China, India, and beyond. And this is where I'll be brutally honest. In the global AI race, the EU risks being dangerously overconfident in believing it holds a secure, third-place position. This kind of complacency could very well accelerate the EU's descent into the minor leagues of global innovation. So here's my controversial question for you. Is Europe's confidence in becoming the obvious alternative to America just another example of European exceptionalism? Or do they actually have what it takes to compete with Asia's rising tech powers? Are we witnessing the beginning of Europe's AI renaissance? Or are European leaders setting themselves up for a humbling reality check that could cost them decades of technological progress? Share your thoughts, because this debate will determine whether Europe becomes a player or remains a spectator in the AI revolution.